Yeah.
I know you're still pissed at me, but come on. Are you really gonna wallow here in this blue-bag motel because some prissy girly girl who probably doesn't know who Gandalf is?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have Ari and we're gonna do a mukbang and I guess just kind of talk. We decided to talk about our pregnancies because she had a boy and I had a girl, and so a lot of people, you know, on my social media are expecting. So just so that you guys kind of know a little bit, you know, what it was like with her being pregnant with a boy and with me being a girl, like the type of things that we experienced. So yeah, let's get into it. We've got baby wipes because mommies and the Save Our Lives. No, we have it because, you know, it gets a little messy. We've got our sauce and we've each got a lobster tail and our crab, which we got from Publix. They steamed it for us, and shrimp. And of course we have our waters and then our bags for our little leftover shells and stuff. I guess. Ooh, it's good. Sweet. Okay. Ooh, yes. Dripping, juicy, too much sauce.
What you got on your hand?
Oh man. Yeah, these are some really nice clusters.
Good ones.
I'm gonna just
There you go.
dump that on there.
Shake it there, okay.
Alright. See, I already need a baby wipe. Oh, nasty. Okay. So, we just come up with a few questions for you guys. Questions that we get often. Like, people ask, you know, how's this? How is that? You know, especially since we were younger, you know, we always get it because people that are older than us don't expect us to have kids. But anyways, so first question everybody likes to ask is, how did you find out? So I guess I'll start. So I found out, Mia was actually planned. Like, after me and Shaq got married, we had already decided, actually before we got married, that we wanted kids. And so whenever it was time, it was like, okay, we're married, let's do this. So we planned it. I actually stopped taking birth control. The first month, it didn't happen. There was like nothing. And the second month, I was like, okay, you know what? It's probably not going to happen. And then I remember I took a pregnancy test because I was like, okay, let's just see. And then I read it and it was like negative. It didn't say anything. So I was like, I figured. So I put it on the counter and I got in the shower. Then I got out of the shower and I was walking by and I was like, what's this? And it was positive. So I was like, oh, wow. So yeah, I had to go and run and of course and tell Shaq and everybody else. But yeah, that's how I found out.
Well, I found out when we were celebrating my boyfriend's birthday, for his 24th birthday. And we was just, you know, playing like Uno, and we kind of had, you know, a couple like drinks. So I started feeling quizzy, which I never had felt before. And that it was like, you know, I was like, oh gosh, you know, this is not just a regular like type of liquor drink, but there's like, I feel like something's going on more than that. So the next morning I went to the store and well, actually, he had a friend that his friends brought a pregnancy test for me because it was like, you know, I was like, yeah, I need to check what's going on. So I took the pregnancy test in the bathroom, and I was like, you know, kind of like nervous, and I'm like, what's going on? So when I saw that it was positive, I was like mixed emotions. I was happy, I was sad, like it was just like wow. And so when I found out, I told my boyfriend to come into the bathroom, and we were just like both in shock. He was speechless. He couldn't even talk for like the next hour or two. He was just like stuck. And so I was just crying and happy. I'm like, yes, like, and he's just like just speechless, not saying nothing. So it was just very exciting because, you know, it was the month of his birthday, and then next month, like in February, is gonna be my birthday. So it was like, you know, it's just so special. So yeah, very, very exciting news.
Very exciting. Okay. Yeah, I can't find my little cracker thing, so I'm just gonna use a fork to crack it. Okay, so next question. What symptoms did we have? So I guess I was kind of lucky. I didn't really have symptoms, not for real. Like maybe 2 months in, I had a little nausea. I couldn't really sleep, for real. And in the end, I was having like hip pains. But other than that, I really didn't have that many symptoms. My face did break out at the end. That's like a lot of people. That's how I knew for sure that I was having a girl. Because I was looking online, they were like, oh, I mean, she's stealing your beauty. I was like, oh, great. But yeah, I didn't have that many symptoms. I guess I was lucky.
Yeah, I didn't either. Like, I did at like during the middle of my pregnancy, but it was only like if it was certain foods, you know, I kind of would have just settled right. And so, I mean, it just was that. And then like back pain was kind of actually the major part of it all. I did have back pain, and I couldn't sleep at night either. So that's kind of the symptoms I was feeling. And hungry.
Ah,
like
all the time.
Hungry. It was like every 2 hours I had to eat. Sometimes I would eat off my boyfriend's plate. Like, he would get mad at me. I'm like, well, it's for the baby. So I'm like, you know, you're feeding for two. And that was always my excuse. But it's true. Like, I would be like I'd be a little girl if I didn't get my way with food. I'm like, you know,
Okay.
This pregnancy, like,
you have like, were your emotions all extra heightened?
Yeah,
like,
I was very sad sometimes. Like, I would just cry out of nowhere. Like, I was just crying. Like,
I was mean. Like, I remember I got so mad at Shaq one time for buying a video game. Like, a video game. I got so mad.
Yeah. Yeah, and, you know, it's just, like, yeah. And sometimes I felt headaches, but not really major.
Yeah. Like, the biggest thing that got me in my pregnancy, excuse me, it's a little, ooh, it's a little hot. The biggest thing that got me was like, I like sleeping on my stomach. And so,
oh, yeah.
you know,
yeah,
you can't sleep on your stomach when your stomach is like huge.
That was nice.
But so that was like, whenever I got, my pregnancy was over, it took me a little while because I ended up having an emergency C-section. But like, I was so happy to sleep on my stomach. Shaq was like, why are you so happy? I was like, I get to sleep on my stomach.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable sleeping on my side because I just, you know, it just wasn't, you know, it wasn't comfortable. And I had like, sometimes I wake up in the morning and like my arm was cramped because I was sleeping on it, you know, the whole night. And so,
yep.
But when you get your sleep, like, you're out. Like, I was out. When I took naps a lot during the day too because I was just so drained. And sometimes I didn't want to get out of bed.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
But I did. It's okay, but I did because I just, you know, I didn't want to be too lazy. So, yeah. That's pretty much how I felt.
Yeah.
More symptoms.
So not too bad. I mean, some people Like when they say symptoms, they be like nausea, fatigue, back pains, headaches.
Yeah.
Like, you know, crying.
Yeah.
Your feet didn't swell.
I didn't have swollen feet. Sometimes I was kind of like waiting too towards the end. I'm like, why are my feet not so swollen? But what really kicked in a lot was that back pain, because I was kind of big, you know, and I'm like, you know, when you have the baby weight in front of you. I told her, I was like, I walked like this, and sometimes my boyfriend made fun of you walking like a penguin. I'm like, I know, like, this is how, you know, it was a very, very exciting experience, because, you know, I always saw friends and family, like cousins, like they were pregnant. I'm like, oh wow, they're having a baby, and then they have that baby bump. So it's like, when you actually have it, it's like, wow.
Oh God. It's my face.
But you would love, like, the baby bump. I enjoyed my baby bump because I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, it's just, you know, it's growing. And if it's a he or she, like, I was racing towards that. I'm like, can it hurry up?
Yeah.
Find out what, you know.
I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, the gender and everything. Yeah. Which is actually, well, we can do that right now. Like, sharing the gender.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. So, okay, how did we tell our friends and family? So I'm extra. Y'all know I'm like extra. And my parents, I'm pretty sure they knew that it was coming. But what I did is we went to the ultrasound or whatever, and I got like a little photo book, and I put like pictures of me and Shaq, and then I put another picture with the ultrasound. And so when they were looking through it, they like saw it, and they were like, what? And then I got them each little gifts or whatever, and like, I can't remember what I gave my dad, but I know I gave my mom, it was a swaddler, like a swaddler blanket or something. She thought it was a scarf. I was like, no mom, it's a blanket. But yeah, I gave them each like little stuff, and I made them like a little t-shirt for her that said Nana and Papa, something like that. I can't remember, but it was a cute little gesture. But that's how I told them. As far as with my friends and family, like outside of my immediate family, I got like this little, I made a poster, and it was a picture with Carter and China, which are our dogs, and it was like, mommy and daddy are getting us a human. So, because they were the babies at first.
Yeah.
Told you I was extra. But yeah, that's how I shared mine.
Mine was kind of different because all my family was in Texas, and I had my other parent, my dad, in Michigan, so I couldn't really have my family like all together. So pretty much we wanted to do a gender reveal just for my boyfriend's family, but it was just kind of like, you know, well, last minute, like, let's just say it when we want to say it. So we actually told Queen when she had come to visit us, and we're like, we're just gonna tell her because, you know, that's Junior's best friend, and like, she was anxious, and I was too. So when we all got done hanging out, I had put on the shirt that was revealed what if it was a boy or girl, and so when I walked out, it had a Cowboys, so that was our son's name.
Because his name is Dallas.
So she was so shocked. She was like, oh my god, Cowboys, Dallas. I'm like, yes. I'm like, so we're having a boy, and it's so exciting. I was like, wow. And then we ended up posting a picture of us, and we just ended up putting it on Facebook like we're having a boy. So yes, we were very excited about that.
Cute. That's so funny. Like, I remember that day.
Yeah.
We went to the zoo.
Yeah.
All hot and shit.
First time I met Queen too, and so yes, it was very nice, very exciting.
We didn't know we would be as close as we are. We're so close that Junior, my best friend, her boyfriend, wonders why me and her are closer than me and him. Like, we just are. We're kind of both girls.
Yeah.
And both mommies.
Yeah.
So we have a lot in common. But Junior knows we love him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the next question was, What was it? Oh, I guess those are kind of 2 questions in one. Because it was, it was how did we tell our friends and family, and sharing the gender.
Yeah, we said it 2 in 1.
So we did 2 in 1. Okay, cool. Okay. Ooh, here's my favorite part because it's weird. What were our cravings?
I was actually both. Like, you know how they say, oh, if you're having a boy, it's that, like, salt. If you're having a girl, it's sweet. I crave both. Like, I really did. Like, I was kind of leaning more towards the sweet. I don't know.
Wait, what were we talking about?
Was that because we put 2 in 1 for?
Oh yeah.
Was that the last one?
So no. What are our cravings?
Oh yeah, and I said mine was sweet and sour, salt.
Sweet and sour?
Not sweet and sour. I meant like sweet and salty. But I did like sour stuff. Like, I don't know why. One day I was just like biting on a lemon, and it just didn't bother me. I'm like, I don't know.
I craved water. I was always thirsty, but I only wanted water. It had to be like cold, like ice cold. Like, it couldn't be room temperature. It couldn't be a little, you know, cold. Like, it had to be like ice cold. And I wanted it all the time. And I mean, I drink water and I like water, but when I was pregnant, like, that's all I wanted all the time. Like, I'd wake up in the middle of the night. Oh, Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
I was Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. I wake up at like 3 in the morning wanting some.
But you know what sucked is that we couldn't drink caffeine. I know that was one of the big things. Like,
yeah,
in pregnancy, you couldn't eat fish, I think. I'm right.
Yep, because I wanted some seafood.
And like caffeine and I don't know what else was there. I was always trying to like be careful what I was eating, and you know, trying to be like, oh, I can't eat this, but I want it. And so surprisingly, the cravings, you know, it kind of helped, like, not to like overdo it, because the big thing is that when you are pregnant, they are very about, like, you know, about your sugar, because that can lead to like diabetes. And
interesting.
It won't be good to, like, when you're pregnant and you have diabetes. It's actually
I failed my glucose test or whatever.
Oh, really?
I failed it.
Yeah, it's a scary feeling. So I mean, luckily, you know, everything went out like good for you.
Yeah,
it's just, you know,
I only failed it because I ate oatmeal before I went. And I was like, don't eat anything, and I was like, I'm gonna tell me not to eat.
Is that when we went, my boyfriend was like, oh, let's see how this goes, and I'm like, I'm past it. And so when I did, I'm like, you know, she's like, oh yeah, you're fine, you can eat, you know, as many sweets as you want. I'm like, and I looked at him like, yeah, I'm about to go in and get me some ice cream and some chocolate bars and this and that.
All of that.
Yeah, I was just.
Did you guys do the 40 or 3D ultrasound? 40 ultrasound?
We planned on doing it, but we just didn't get to it. We was just getting ready for his birth, like, his clothes and stuff like that. We were getting ready for that. So the only ultrasounds we did go to was the ones for the appointments, you know.
Yeah.
That's actually.
We didn't want to act right on ours.
Really?
Yeah, we did it, but she didn't want to act right.
That's the same for Dallas. He actually put a thumbs up for the first thing. He's like, okay, are you done now? Because he didn't want to cooperate either. And she had kept on shaking me, like my stomach, you know, to just wiggle him around. And that didn't even work. So, yeah, it was kind of hard.
That's funny.
Yeah. We actually have a picture of it. We saved it for, you know, to have for memories, to look like when he's older, he could show his girlfriend, be like, you know, here's Dad.
He was like, I'm ready.
Yeah. His future girlfriend. So.
Corey. I see you in the picture. Well, kind of. He said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, and how did we go into labor?
Oh, Well,
yeah, you go first.
well, they give you an option. You can either be induced at 39, since that's full term, or you can be induced, like, I mean, you can wait until you're ready, you know, to have a baby with contractions and if your water breaks. But I just wanted I wanted him here already. I couldn't. I was like, I need to have my body back, because towards the end, that's when I was like, okay,
yeah,
I want to go to the
over
finish
this,
line.
right? I'm over it.
And so pretty much I was induced at 39 weeks, and after that, the next day, went to the hospital, and you know, they were preparing me. I had an epidural, so that was actually the worst like thing about it, is because they had to put that in my back. So I was like, ugh, it's just kind of painful. And my boyfriend was there, kind of like looking like, oh gosh, she really is, you know.
Yeah, I was
this is
there
the beginning.
too.
Like he was seeing me like kind of crying hard. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so we were waiting and waiting, and he was just being stubborn. He didn't, you know, I was like, it was just kind of like going down like 5 centimeters, you know. I mean, not 5 centimeters, like dilated, being dilated. And so yeah, it was kind of like,
bruh,
I can't do it.
Corey's stupid.
So yeah, pretty much he didn't come till 11:10 at night, and that's when Queen arrived. She came and she was waiting, and it was actually pretty quick. It was just 5 minutes, like, you know. Since I had the epidural, I didn't really feel so much pain. It was kind of just numbness, and I was kind of scared, because I kept hearing people, well, don't get the epidural, do it natural, or get the epidural because you don't want to feel, you know, pain. So it's kind of iffy situation, but I went with it, and I mean, he turned out just fine. Nothing, you know, major. He didn't have no birth defects. Thank God. He didn't, you know, nothing like that. So
Yeah,
that was my very concern, is that hopefully he wouldn't have to, you know, come out and there'd be something wrong, because nobody would ever want to go through that, where you see something was wrong with your baby and it's like, you know.
that's not funny. No, I'm not. Yeah, it was the crowd. Okay.
I said centimeters, man. I meant dilated, right?
What'd you say?
When I said that earlier about dilated.
Oh,
I said centimeters. I don't know where I got centimeters from. I meant dilated.
we gonna see. We gonna run it back and see.
No, for real.
I was induced to at 39 weeks, because I was like, this rodeo is over. Let's get out of here. I couldn't, like, my feet were swollen. I could only wear one pair of shoes for like the past 3 weeks of my pregnancy, because my feet were so huge. And oh,
That can't work.
okay. Oh God. Okay. So we're back. I don't know what just happened, but for some reason the camera just went off by itself. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah,
You were induced?
So yeah, I was induced because I was over at 39 weeks, and excuse me, yeah, but mine didn't go as smoothly. We got to the hospital around like 6 and got scanned in and everything around like 7:30. I had gotten into the room and was, you know, waiting, and then me and Shaq were there, and they finally broke my water probably like around 8 o'clock. And a few hours went by, and I had dilated to like 3, and a few more hours went by, I got dilated to like 6. By now I think it was like 5 in the afternoon. It was like 5 in the evening, and I was stuck at 6 centimeters. And so they were like, oh, we're gonna have to do an emergency C-section because we don't want to get an infection and all this stuff. And of course me, like, I'm flipping out. Like, I would cry literally from the point they said we may have a C-section all the way up until the point I was actually on the table to have the C-section. And they actually had to put me to sleep because, yeah, I was like terrified. So they put me to sleep, and I really like, I don't know, like, part of me wishes that I didn't get induced, because I think it's kind of my fault that she wasn't really ready yet. Even though she was full term, like, she wasn't ready. And I felt like, kind of like, you know, C-sections are great for people who want them. But for me, I felt like that whole motherly, you know, experience was stolen from me kind of in a way, because I didn't actually get to push my baby out and hold her and, like, you know, see her afterwards, because they had to put me to sleep. I guess because of the way I was reacting. I don't know, but they just gave me too much medicine or something. But yeah, so I'm not a big fan of C-sections. I mean, I think that they are just as, you know, if you had a C-section, you're just as much of a woman as anyone that pushed out a baby. But I personally would have rather done it naturally than, you know, have her cut out of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was okay. But I still wish I would have waited.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I would have waited. Like, just 7 more days wouldn't have been that bad, you know.
Yeah.
But
no,
she's here. She's healthy. That's all that matters. That's all that I was happy about. I don't really remember most of my birth, though. Like, I don't. I remember waking up and Shaq saying she's here. Then I went back out. And next thing I know, they're rolling me in the room, like, you know, to recover or whatever. And then I remember waking up to someone, like, feeling like they were cutting my guts out because she was pushing on my stomach for the afterbirth. So yeah, I very, like, and I feel like a bad mom for this, but I don't even remember the time of birth. Like, I don't.
No. No, that's some.
I think Shaq, yeah, Shaq knows it, but I don't remember it because I wasn't two. I wasn't
tell
there.
you the difference, like that. What you're saying, the C-section, yeah, it's kind of tragic because, like, you wanted to actually see, like, every moment, and that's why with me, I got to see that. So, like, when I saw him, it was, like, very overwhelming. I cried. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you know. And then when I heard his, you know, his first cry, I was like, they brought him to, you know, clear out his, you know, clean his face and stuff. So I looked over and I was like, you know, it's very, like, overwhelming, very happy. And that's why, yeah, with C-section, it's probably like, and that's what they were actually just giving me the heads up. Like, it could happen with you too. And I'm like, oh, you know, I don't want C-section, but if it does, it happen because, you know.
Yeah. These are really weird.
I haven't even touched
playing with it.
Huh? You know, I haven't even touched it.
I like to move it.
It's like a ball. You know, like those roly-polies?
Yeah, you're
like
right. Let me see the fork.
Oh, I was like,
Oh, you rolled it up.
yeah.
I can't remember how you told me that. This will be my second time having lobster.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's something like that. Oh, yeah. Alright.
I'm just taking one from there.
Ooh.
I'm doing too much with that.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you breaking it like that? You just really... Oh, I don't trust it. See?
Girl, you gotta...
I'm going inside. Look at it. I'm going like that.
Here we go. There we go.
Oh. Okay.
It's like in the sauce. I don't know. I'm trying to... It's swinging.
Oh, this is messy. I can't believe how messy I am right now. It's delicious. It's all worth it.
Yummy.
Yeah, so, I mean, for my delivery queen, my boyfriend, my mom. Actually, in the delivery room was my mom and my boyfriend. But once Dallas was here, Queen, and then my boyfriend's mom and his brother got to see him, and it's just very, like, overwhelming.
I don't like the skin.
No.
It's tough.
I tasted home.
It's good though. The only thing I'm weird peeling the skin off, but whatever.
But that's another thing I've also was kind of curious too when it came to like to do the labor, is that I'm like, what does my baby gonna look like? I was like, what is he gonna look like? Like, and when I saw him, I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted him to look like. Like, I was like, yes. I mean,
he looked just like her.
Yeah. Like, if he was still look like my boyfriend more, I would have been fine. But it's just like, I was like, every time.
I'm just playing.
Like, every time, like, you know, I kept dreaming about it. I'm like, what is my baby gonna look like? And, you know, and what hair is he gonna have? And he came out with a lot of hair.
A lot.
Like, he still had
maybe you guys can
hair.
see him next video, but he's sleeping this video.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my god, he has a full head of hair, and it's like, wow, you know, some babies come out with no hair. So, I mean, that's probably like.
Yeah, Mia was bald. She was bald.
But look at her now. She grows. Like, every baby, you know, is different. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told him he got his Mr. T days coming. By a few more months, he's gonna start balling around the edges.
Yep.
Alright, guys. Well, that's all that we have right now. We're probably gonna finish eating and then, yeah, probably go to the store or something. Cause I got a new couch. You guys can see. I'm loving it. Got a new couch, and I have to go get a rug to go with it because I just want something different, you know. But yeah, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.
Oh, I dropped some.
What?